Eurozone, the podcast about European Ultimate. I'm Ravi Vasudevan, joined as always by Liam Grant. And we've got a big show here. We're going to talk about the XEUCF, get all into everything. But first, how's it been, Liam? We're finally doing a podcast 2 weeks in a row. It's the first time we've done that in probably 2 years.
Yeah, it's probably because you've been a little bit all over the place, Ravi. You know, your internet's been weird. You've been hard to get on the phone. Definitely not the other way around. No. Apologies, Ultimate community. But like, I think it's much easier for me when I really want to talk about the stuff we're going to talk about, which in this case it is. I'm excited to go through this. It's going to be difficult to get through it. But first off, how was your weekend? And just to warn anyone, if this is their first podcast they've listened to, because I'm sure lots are going to be listening to UCF, this is the part of the podcast where we talk about Ravi's mediocre Ultimate career. We give him a minute or two at the start of everything to tell us about how he did something exceptionally mediocre over the weekend, and we all like, oh, that's interesting, pretend like we care. So off you go, Ravi.
You got to play along. Play along at home. I can see you guys out there. If you're not interested in this bit, like just play along. No, I played French beach nationals. I brought the team from Annecy, or the city where I live. Went over to play. It was actually really cool. It was like all the divisions were there, from the first division down to the third, and the two women's divisions as well. So open and women's. There were, I think, like 900 players there. It was in the Royan Beach, the same place where they did Worlds 2017. Really cool, because it was like kind of we haven't had grass nationals really at all. There was the elite PQI qualification tournaments. But this seemed like all my friends I haven't seen in 2 years. That was really awesome. And so, me and this other French national team player, Pilou Combray, have kind of started to try and build things a bit up in Annecy. Both of us kind of moved here at the same time. So we launched this team to try and go to beach nationals for the first time, and we went and won the third division. It's pretty good. We at least won all our games. We're going to promote to the second. The first division out there looks really good, so we'll see if in a couple of years we can get there. But in France, you have to start at the bottom and like work your way up through the divisions. It was really fun. It was awesome. Our team played well, and I love playing beach. And yeah, competitive beach in France is good. We're missing a few old people though. There was because right now it's in Sardinia. There's was it Great Grandmasters Club
Ultimate
Championships?
Club Championships. The Gamuk. No other sport would have this event, which I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing. All the old people are over there.
What is Great Grandmasters? Is it 45 plus or 50 plus, or what's the?
I think
Grandmasters is 40 plus. I don't know what Great Grandmasters is. It shouldn't exist.
48. I'm pretty 48. Sure for men and 45 for women. I should know this because I should know masters ages, but old. Basically, if you're high risk, you're eligible to play at the Great Grandmasters.
I hope everybody's vaccinated over there.
But congratulations, Ravi. We're all very happy for you.
Thank you.
Thanks for telling us all about that.
Third division beach French champion.
Did you get a prize?
No, that was bullshit. They usually give trophies out to all the division champions. They didn't give us anything. There was a bunch of nonsense. They only gave first division champions trophies, and no love for the second and third division champions.
All right, let's move on from this.
Okay. All right, so big part of the show here is going to be obviously the XEUCF. We're recording this on Monday. Hopefully it's going to be out to you by Tuesday or Wednesday, so you can watch it before the tournament starts. I did say watch it. For those of you who enjoy this podcast in audio form, I would recommend this one, maybe watching it on YouTube, because we're going to go through like brackets and pools and stuff, and we're going to have the graphics up on the screen. If that all goes well, hopefully Aiden can sort that out for us in the editing bay. So that you can follow along a bit closer and a bit more, it's easy to see kind of what we're talking about. So if you usually listen to this on audio format, this is probably the right one to check out on YouTube. We've been doing YouTube for the last few episodes as well. But I'll try to do my best to paint an audio picture for those of you who are listening to this on your car or plane rides to the tournament. So I think basically we're going to go through division by division. We're going to talk through pool play, look at each pool, kind of talk about what we think is going to happen, go through to the next round, talk about that, then eventually get through to our picks. What we decided before the podcast, recording of this podcast, is that we're going to, usually we just do semis and finalists and champion, but for XEUCF, we're going to count between ourselves quarterfinalists, semifinalists, finalists, and champion. And the points are going to go up as you go through there. So 1 point per quarterfinalist, 2 for semi, 4 for finalist, and 8 for champion. And that's how we're going to do our picks contest. I'm also doing my best. I have a lot of things to do before this tournament, but I'm going to try and launch that for listeners to Eurozone, people who are interested in Ultiworld. You can fill out your brackets from quarters up. And for all 3 divisions, the person who gets the best score across all 3 divisions will get a full subscription to Ultiworld for a year. So you can listen to all our weird subscribers only stuff and watch a bunch of Ultiworld video content. So if you're interested in that, keep your eyes on ultiworld.com, and a bracket contest will be coming out shortly. So you can decide if you want to bias yourself by listening to our picks, or, save yourself any torture from that and just do it yourself. But let's just get started here. Which division would you like to start with, Liam?
I'd like to start with the best division, which of course is mixed.
Mixed. Oh yeah, you're our new expert mixed correspondent, and also a mixed player here in the Going to Play for Pelt. So I'm sure you'll be unbiased. If you were Lorcan, you'd be picking Pelt to be champions. I'm just going to throw that out there. We'll see if
see if I'm Lorcan.
See if you're Lorcan. I don't think he's Lorcan. Okay, let's just go through pool by pool. I'll just So the way the format works. So if you're looking on the screen, you're going to see the pools that goes directly to the bracket. So there's 4 pools of 5 teams. You got to get top 3 in your pool to advance. The winner of each pool goes directly to quarterfinals. The second and third place teams of each pool go to a crossover game. So if you get 2 in your pool, for example, you'll cross over with the 3 of a different pool. If you get 3 in your pool, you'll cross over with the 2 of a different pool. And the way it works out nicely is that, like, if the top 2 teams are in the same pool, they won't meet each other until the final. So they're like on opposite sides of the bracket. So that's how that works. First pool, 5 teams here. We've got Groot from Amsterdam. They've won EUCF, I believe, once. And then Colorado from Karlsruhe, Germany, who they played in the final, where they won that one. Guayota from Tenerife, Spain. Glory Owls from Brussels, Belgium, and Fly High from Lausanne, Switzerland. So looking at XA here, Liam, what are your thoughts? What do you think is going to happen here?
Oh, I think almost a seed. I have Groot to win it, obviously. I think it's going to be an interesting tournament for them. It's just the amount of players they have. I think if they play their best players in O and rotate everyone else on D, they're going to do really well. If they play everyone equally and maybe take it more as a Worlds qualifier, I think people will beat them. I have Guayota to, I'd say, take the second spot.
Yeah, I had that too.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of similarities, but there's more spicy picks further on down the line, but which I suspect so. But looking at the wind, this is going to be talked about a lot for this tournament. The weather doesn't look the best, and Spanish people hate the cold. Sounds like a joke, but I do think like they're not very good at all in wind and rain. They get a bit of wind on the beach, which will help them a bit. But
I would have thought like cold maybe, but I think Guayota can handle the wind pretty well given their beach acumen.
It's different wind on the beach and wind.
It's different wind.
The surface is different and how you go about playing the game. Genuinely, it's warm wind. It's not a cold wind,
Very different kind of wind.
I stand by my statement. I believe that.
Yeah, I was looking at the Colorado roster, and a few of the top players like Philip Stepniak and some of the other like big names from this team that I remember back when they were like a top team aren't there. On the women's side, they look very strong though. They've got Deborah Brinker, who was really good on the youth side before the pandemic hit. Perrine Moore, I've seen her before. Sabine Mannert. So I do think their women are going to be quite strong. On the men's side, yeah, they've got Felix Glude, who's very good. Toby Kusik, who's also a very strong player. But I feel like a lot of their, back when they were going for Worlds 2018, they had a bit of a stronger core of especially on the male side, male players. So that's why I'm thinking Guayota, after last time they came to Bologna Invite and beat Clapham, their male side is going to be crazy athletic. And I think that's how I saw the difference between these two teams. I think Glory Owls and Fly High, going to be a little bit out. I think Fly High are going to beat Glory Owls. And I think they could put up a game against Colorado, but I do think that it's going to be Crit Guayota Colorado coming out of this pool.
Yeah, have to agree. Excited to see the Gonzalez Navasa sisters for Guayota. They're really good. A lot of the best women from Spain on this Guayota team. So
yeah,
I think they do really well. They've actually only 9 women, but they're very, very good 9 women.
Yeah, as opposed to like Crit, who have like 18 or something on their roster. Well, we'll see how that plays out. Next, Pool XB, we've got Salaspils, reigning champions, UCF champions from Latvia, Monkey from Grenoble, France, Hässliche Erdferkel from Marburg, Germany, Red Shot from Bologna, Italy, and Pelt from Limerick, Ireland. So I'll go first this time. I think Salaspils are going to roll this pool pretty easily. Erdferkel used to be a top team. They're not going to have Dosher. I don't think I saw, I'm going to check again. I don't think Nora Wilkening was on the roster either, which was their strongest women player, back on when they were a top team. I do see the return of Chris Hamann, and, they have Lasse Hogan. They do have some strong players, but it's not the same team that I think would have been able to put up a fight against Salaspils before. I have after that Bologna coming in second. I just do think that they have so many good players in that city, and I feel like they're going to surprise some people.
Have you talked to David or anyone about this? How good
I have not actually. Have you?
Okay. I have not either. I feel like maybe we should because go on. I'll let you keep going.
Let me keep going. So yeah, I'll just give my first thoughts here. So finally, the roster's finally up, and so people, the Tiggleman also on Erdferkel's not there. So yeah, Erdferkel doesn't look like the strongest team to me. So I've got Erdferkel second, and then I think Monkey Pelt is going to be the game for who gets to go. And just to throw some spice in there against you, Liam, I'm going to pick the team from Grenoble. They're looking pretty strong, pretty athletic, young, fiery team. I think it's going to be a good game, but I'm taking Salaspils, Red Shot, Monkey in that order.
Well, so now see, get a bit of difference here. I think it's a very tough pool to call. I would have said Red Shot to be below the level. I have them finishing bottom of the pool.
Interesting.
I don't really know them. I don't think you particularly know them either.
I don't. I just know they're Cusp. That's all I know about them.
They're Cusp, but they're also good players. Mixed. They're also Cusp mixed.
Yep.
And
true.
They've never really put a big focus on that ever, have they? No. So there's probably 1 or 2 players who are good and prefer playing mixed, but after that, I don't know. It's really hard to call. There's never really been bad Cusp teams ever at any events. That's the thing, but surely I'm trying to think. They're probably similar to Italian mixed team at EUC. Probably some of those kind of players, but I've them finishing bottom, and I have it kind of between. I think it's very close between us, Monkey, and Erdverkel. Erdverkel, obviously they're missing a lot of players, so it's hard to know how they'll do, but they still got some good players. I have Salaspils finishing top. Look, I think maybe we could have given them a competitive game or other stuff, but they've I think what they've got Helen Terra. I think they've picked up 1 or 2. Does Linda Gulb usually play with them? I don't know. Helen Terra
has before.
She has before, but I think both of them aren't actually from Latvia, are they? I think Helen Terra is Estonian. And
Helen Terra is Estonian. I think Linda Gulb is Latvian, but I'm not
Lithuanian.
Totally sure.
I'm not totally sure.
That could be true.
Yeah, so I think that's...
I also have Dacia Chiruli, who played with them last time, who I think, she was living in Switzerland before, but she is Latvian, but comes back and plays with Salaspils sometimes, so...
I think that was maybe, more female-y hander stuff with maybe weakness to theirs, but I think Helen will help with that. So, they're going to finish top the group. Very, very difficult to stop that. I think... They
are missing, Roberts Apinis and Reina Sodisons, who were pretty big for them. Before, but they're putting in people like Orlovskis, and I think they'll be fine.
No, they definitely have the big boys that they always bring. In Monkey Pelt is going to be a really interesting game. I don't like that we have a first round bye, so I think everyone else in the pool is playing first and we're not.
Okay, you don't like that?
I don't like that. Ideally, what I would love is if we played Salaspils first, because I think our biggest weakness is we haven't really played a lot together as a mixed team or a mixed tournament like this. We've already kind of had one or two mixed trainings. I think it's going to take us a while to find ourselves a little bit. So I'd love to play Salisbury because there'd be no pressure really on that game, and we could get up to the pace. Well, I think now we're playing Monkey first, and they'll have a game already, and that's not a game I want to play first. You know what I mean?
It's an important game.
Yeah, it is a very important game. And then, so I think it's gonna be a tough game. I think we play Salisbury afterwards. I think then we play Erdverkel. I think we'll beat Erdverkel, and I think we'll beat Red Shot. So I have Salisbury's Monkey Pelt is the way I have it finishing. I think, we just, yes, I guess we gotta get 2 wins over Monkey, Erdverkel, and Red Shot. That's, gotta be 2 out of 3 of those teams. I'm not sure which way they're all gonna fall down. We could finish second in the group. We could finish last. I really hope we make pre-quarters just because it means we get an extra game. And after that, I'd be happy. But, hard to know how we gel. We don't.
Yeah, that's why you're going to gift Salisbury the victory, because you don't want to make quarters. Then you lose the game for the weekend. You don't want to.
Yeah, I do.
You don't get your money's worth.
I just love playing. It's so good to play. Like, honestly, when you go to these tournaments, every time it's a completely different European team with different style, and it's so much fun. Even when you end up like in the lower bracket or something like that, but I just love playing. Like, so much in Ireland, we're just playing Ranelagh the whole time and the same people the whole time, and I hate it. I'm just so over playing out, like, they're lovely people, but I hate playing them. And like, that's why I'm so disjointed in Irish Ultimate, because it's the same stupid faces I'm looking at the whole time. So give me one more game of Europeans.
At least play UK Nationals at the end of the season, and you guys didn't even get that this time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But now we're not going to play any English teams, are we? Class. So class. No English or no Irish teams. It's a dream.
No. Yeah. You're the only native English speaking team in the division.
Only native Irish speaking team in the division.
Yeah. I believe that when I see it. Okay. Pool XC. We got Puti from Finland. Leftovers from the Czech Republic or from Slovakia.
They're from Brno. BRNO. South Moravian Regio.
I think they're from the Czech Republic, because I think I have a friend who's Slovak who plays with them, and that's what always gets me. But they're not Slovakian. He moved to the Czech Republic, so I think that's what's going on there. Some are from Czechoslovakia. They don't get offended if I call it one country like that, right? That's not a thing. Ketchup from Graz, Austria. Puk from Paris, France, and Örebro from Sweden. KFUM Örebro. So yeah, you go first. What are your thoughts here on Pool XC?
Yeah, have Puti finishing top. They've been good in the past, maybe even a better roster this year. I think they're going to win the group fairly handy. After that, I don't really know. It's kind of hard to pick. I ended up going catch up second, mostly because I just saw Michael Geisel on the roster for catch up, and I was like, he wouldn't play with a bad team. And I've seen him play mixed before, and so I'm putting here catch up second, and then I put leftovers third. Again, a roster I'm not that familiar with, but they kind of, they've done decently enough in the past. That's what I'm basing it off. But like, yeah, another pool where 2 and 3 could go anywhere. If it ended up being Puck and Örebro, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I bet you they're your 2 now.
I think Puck are a little bit down from where they were the last time when they came to the UCF. They did quite well. I think they came. I forget, they came top 6 or something like that. So they did. That was back when it was 12 teams. But I think they're a bit weaker than the roster they came with last time. I have similar. I have the same 1 and 2, Puti and Ketchup. I know Ketchup. They've had a strong teams before, and I know that they're really focused on mixed, and I think they're going to have a lot of strong players. I didn't even see Geisel on the roster. I didn't even look that, and that further solidifies my choice of putting them in at second. But I have Örebro as third. I think they have a lot of really strong youth talent. I saw them at the indoors, and I think that if they've come as women's and open teams and haven't been as strong, but I think kind of like Salisbury's or other countries like that, if they have decent players on both genders. So if they take the top echelons of both genders, I think they can actually make a really strong team. So I have Örebro finishing over Leftovers and Puk as my third place team out of Pool XC. I'm very excited to see a lot of these young Örebro players. I mean, it's been a little while since the pandemic, and that's what I think. Like, one thing I saw at French Nationals, there's a club that I think we're going to look out for in the European scene, is going to come up soon, called Frisgo. They're from a city called Blois in France. And I played them in the first division like a few years ago, and they were like super young because they have a huge youth scene there. But then after the pandemic, they're all like big adults now, and they're like all big and athletic and tall. I'm like, oh man. And they're kind of like the Bologna project started when they were young. I think this is a team that's going to end up challenging, teams like Chak and Isno coming very shortly. So by what I saw them at Beaches. And I think the same thing is true for Örebro. I think that they had a lot of really strong youth players. Vendel Victorson, still very young, but she was incredible at indoors. Alva Angergaard, Jonathan Angergaard, both really, really strong players as well. And I think their dad, Steph Angergaard, is still on the team. So see if he's keeping up with the kids still.
They're good indoors players, but jury's out if they're good outdoors players,
We will see. From what I saw indoors, I believe that whittling them down can get there. I could be wrong. That's what's fun about the picks. Okay, so Pool XD is Flow from Wrocław, Poland, one of the 3 Wrocław teams coming to the UCF. Mainzelrenner from Mainz, Germany. Seskidistis from Strasbourg, France. Flying Rabbits, the Flabbits from Brussels, and UFO from Utrecht in the Netherlands. I'll go first on this one. I think this one's going to be the closest. I think, Grit, Salzpils, and Putti, I think, are all going to kind of roll their pools. I do think Flow's going to win the pool, but I think the game against Mainz could be pretty good. I looked at the roster. To me, it depends a bit. Kyoko Hosokawa is still listed as just a chaperone. If she's playing, then that will make a big difference to me as to, how good that team could be. But I know they're focusing on mixed for WCC, and there's some good players coming out of Mainz, so they could be pretty strong. Seskidistis also could be very strong. They're a kind of up and down team. Sometimes they play really well. They haven't really done that well at the EUCF level. So I do think that top 3 is going to be it's going to be tight between the top 3 teams, but I do think Flow is going to come out on top. I have them as first, and I do have it going to chalk in the end. Mainz second, Seskidistis third, but I really think I wouldn't be surprised if that gets totally inverted of those 3 go in any order. And I do think Flying Rabbits and UFO are going to be a notch below the top 3.
Yeah, we can definitely agree on that. Rabbits, UFO, not going anywhere in this group. I've actually picked Mainz-Renner to top the group. And when I saw the name Kyoko Hosokawa, I didn't actually realize that it only said chaperone. So, she's surely going to play. She's going to play, right? I don't know.
I know she apparently just had a child a little while ago this year. I don't know exactly how long ago, but that's why she wasn't on the original World Games tryout list, but she is now an extended tryout, so yeah. Okay. I think she's probably going to play.
Okay, well, I've Mainz-Renner to finish top. Flow second. Flow, I've played them before, and they're a really, really good team. There's a massive youth development and club thing going on there in Wrocław that they have a lot of really good players. I don't know how much they're dividing between all the divisions. Is that going to maybe hurt them as mixed their priority? I have Mainz-Renner. I think Mainz-Renner and Flow are a little above Seskidistis, so I think it's them we 1 or 2, and I've decided to go Mainz-Renner on top.
Yeah, Seskidistis, I don't think they're taking this tournament incredibly seriously. I think some of their players are trying to ramp up for their World Games tryouts, and they're focused on that. Some of their players are definitely on the cusp of that. On the women's side, they're adding Marion Saint-Jean, who's very good. She's there before. And I thought, I'm looking at, maybe it's Puck that's adding the Borneau sisters, in which case they will be quite a bit stronger than I originally thought, because I don't see them here on the Seskidistis roster. But they still have, Gaël Ancelin, Pierre-Alexandre Monet, a lot of their top, Loris Petitu. They're going to be a strong team. But I also put them as third, so I agree with that. Okay, so I guess we'll go through our brackets. So if you're looking on the screen, you can see that, in the top half, we have the first place of A1 playing against the winner of B2 C3. So I'll say I had Red Shot Örebro there, and I'm calling Örebro to make it into quarters. I think we both have Krut as A1. So who do you have matching up with Krut in your quarterfinal?
I have in that slot is Monkey Leftovers, and I have Monkey. How good are Monkey? You should know this.
They can definitely beat Leftovers. I know that. They're
also, quick question: How do you beat Monkey? just interrupt the piece. Got this. Just quick little. What do I do to beat them?
Well, okay. Let me just. I'll take a look at the roster. Actually, I haven't seen them with this roster because I haven't seen them since Moby joined the team. That was after the pandemic. So, let's see. I think you should look out for some players to look out for. Pierre Grau was on the France mixed team in 2019. Really good handler. Moby, obviously a really strong handler. You got to look out for people like Brice Nimos and Kevin Gellet, who are very, very tall, good downfield presences on the male side. I would look out for them. This guy Boris Navet, also very, very athletic, very, very strong. They have very solid, strong men, a couple tall targets. Pauline Berthet on the women's side, also very, very good tall target that they will have as well. And the rest of their women, like Carly Fouquet, so also very, very strong player, and the rest are just solid. So like it's mainly a very, at least last time I've seen them, group of very solid players, athletic, fiery, young energy type of team. So maybe throw something a bit complicated at them. Maybe just hope, every time something goes wrong for them, like celebrate that, get them a little in their heads. I think that could maybe be a good way to shake them. I don't know. Good luck. But I don't really want you to beat them because I'm picking them over you. So not going to give away too many secrets. But I would have them over Leftovers. To me, that's a fairly decent shot. Up next is XD1, which I had as Flow, you have as Mainz. So they're going to play the C2 and B3, which I had as Ketchup and Monkey, and I have Ketchup beating Monkey. So in that game. So I have Ketchup versus Flow as my quarter, and I guess you're probably going to have two completely different teams over there on your side.
I have Ketchup versus Pelt in that pre-quarter, and obviously Pelt are getting it. And they're playing... so I'm being Pelt beating Ketchup.
Pelt in quarters.
I'm Pelt for quarters.
Let's see how far they go.
We're a quarters team.
Has Pelt made quarters in open before?
Oh, no. We've made pre-quarters a couple of times. Lost to Clapham in a pre-quarter, I remember. Did we have another one? Maybe against Free Speed or something like that? And we got gynned. Yeah, I remember
at one point you had like a 15th place game or something against Free Speed that you didn't take seriously, and that screwed up the bids for the following year. I remember that.
Yeah.
That definitely happens.
That was like a Sunday morning 9 o'clock game.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not our game. We suck so much at the first round Sunday morning game more than any other team. So I hope this game isn't Sunday morning. No, it's not. It'd be the finals.
Quarters Sunday morning. Finals be Sunday morning. Quarters on Saturday, I think. Okay.
So I have Pelt versus Mainzelrenner. That's what I have.
Pelt Mainzelrenner, okay.
And I put Mainzelrenner winning. I'm not going to get run away too much with the Pelt thing.
Okay. So in that semi, you have Grit versus Mainzelrenner?
Yeah.
And then, okay. Well, let's not go too far yet. Let's finish up the pre-quarters and the quarters. So next is XB1 versus the winner of A2 and D3. So I have Salaspils, where I think we both had Salaspils winning the pool, and I have Guayota versus Sescadistas in that game, and I have Guayota taking that. So I have Salaspils Guayota as a quarterfinal.
Snap. Exactly the same thing, and I have Salaspils doing it. Just so.
Then I have the last one, the XC1. We both had Putty to take it. So I have Mainz-Renner Colorado, a German matchup in the pre-quarter. I have Mainz-Renner taking that, but Putty beating them. So yeah, my semifinals are Hrut versus Flow, Salsals versus Putty. So in the end, I do have the top seeds all going through into semis.
Boring. I had Flow versus Colorado and Flow to beat Colorado, then Putty versus Flow.
All right, what you got there?
I got Putty. So I have 3 of the top 4.
So you have Mainz taking it over. That's
Mainz-Renner, is my spice pick.
Okay.
And then I've, Grut versus Salaspils in the final. Will I say my final pick first? I'm picking Salaspils.
Okay, interesting. I'm taking Putty over Salaspils in the semi.
Whoa.
because I think it was Universe last time, and I think Puti's roster is stronger. And I think Salzbills, they have Arlovskis, and that could be the thing that just kills me. They didn't have him last time. But losing people like Ranis Odysseins and Robert Zapinas, I think they're a little bit, and Santa Mosheka is also gone from the team. So they looked a little bit maybe worse, but it's hard to say. The people they picked up are also good. But I thought Puti looked stronger. And I thought that's my spice pick is Putty over Salzbills. So Putty versus Krut in the final. And then I think Krut takes it over the Finns at the end. I think they'll stack up their lines and play strong to win at that point. And that's what I got. So a little bit of difference there at the end.
Yeah. It's a very open division, I think, like in terms of competitiveness. Like there's teams like Red Shot go really far or Siskudis go Iota. Like I think those Salzbills, Putty, those kind of games go either way. So yeah, I think it's the best the mixed division's been ever, maybe.
Yeah. Both in terms of size, like number of teams and number of good teams. Like it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. Okay. So let's go to women's next, because I think Open is the biggest one. So we'll save that huge division for last. Way the format works in women's, you'll see it up on your screen now. This one gets a little more tricky, a little more complicated. Mixed was really nice, straightforward, just a good number of teams, just right to brackets after pool play, easy to pick. But the way it works in women's is there are 4 pools. Pool D has 5 teams. The other pools have 4 teams. Then there's a crossover game between the second and third place teams of A through C. That's kind of giving them that extra game that Pool D has to play. So Pool D kind of has their crossover against themselves. So they don't really, that's the way that the EUF is justifying. They don't have to play crossover. So the way it works is the second place team from Pool D directly goes to power pools. But to make power pools from Pool A, B, and C, you either have to win your pool or win the crossover against the 2 or 3 of another pool. So you can see how that all lines up here. Let's just go through pool by pool. Basically, you need, in the A through C, you need to make top 3 to advance. In D, you need to make top 2 to advance. Pool A, we got Shout, reigning champions from Bologna, Italy, Fabulous from Bern, Switzerland, Terrible Monkeys from Prague, Czech Republic, and Valkyria from Stockholm, Sweden. I think you went first in the first pool in mixed, so I'll go first in the first pool in women's. I think Shout are going to win. I'm a little worried about their mental game from what I heard, when they dropped the game against Yaka at the Bern invite. Apparently there was a lot of mental stuff going on there that the team got a little nervous when things didn't go their way. I remember at EUCF 2019, I think they lost to Heidelbergen like early in a round in pool play before winning the whole thing out. So like they definitely could drop a game, but I do think, they have a stacked roster, and like the people they picked up, it's just kind of unfair, really. And I think they're going to kind of roll through the competition here. I think Terrible Monkeys, I don't know much about them, but I feel like they're the ones out of this. And then I think it's Valkyria and Fabulous that will be the interesting game to see who gets the 2 and who gets the 3. And I'm actually calling Valkyria with, the likes of the Eklund sisters and Barbara Kundalita and a lot of other stacked talent on that team to go and win that game against the team from Bern. So I have Shout, Valkyria, Fabulous as my top 3 out of Pool A.
Yeah, something very similar. Yeah, I think Shout are going to be grand in this pool. Fabulous, Valkyria, I think go either way. So I think actually put Fabulous on top because of the wind.
And Hauser,
the wind machine. The best player in the women's division in wind, maybe at times, if it's really windy. So yeah, that's why I put them second.
Yeah.
Then I'll look at WB.
Go for it.
Yeah, Yaka, Heidelbergen, Box, Flowers. I think.
So just a real quick for the people who don't know all the teams. Yaka is from Noisy-le-Sec, France. Heidelbergen from Germany. A few different clubs kind of coming together there, including Heidelberg and some others. Box from Vienna, Austria, and Flowers from Wrocław, Poland.
Yeah, I think Yaka. God, again, like the 2 Shout and Yaka were really very good teams, and now they've picked up some really good players on top of that. I do think it's like a little bit unfair. But Heidelbergen, I guess, is like they're joining up a lot of players as well. Box, I think they have Inian Moriarty is down as their coach. I didn't realize Inian is he living there or just coming over?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. I have Yak at the top of the group and Heidelbergen to finish close second. I think those two, easy peasy. I did put down Box then to finish third just because I like Inian and I think he'll be a good coach and a coach helps.
Yeah, I had the same order. My main argument also was that Flowers have a couple good players in their team, but I think the main top Wrocław women are playing with Flo. So I think they'll be like, maybe if Flo wasn't going, they could have a competitive team. But with, all the top players playing on Flo, I don't think they can compete with the likes of Box and Heidelbergen. So I have the same order. And I think this one's a pretty clear 1, 2, 3 for me. Maybe Heidelbergen Jaka's close, but I think Jaka will have the edge there. Some of the important, some of the interesting pickups, just to mention them on Jaka. They have, I believe, Ines Bringel is on that team, and Rikke Knudsen is also a very strong player that I've seen before. Of course, Robin Fennig, as far as we know, is making the trip over and is going to play. So very, very strong team. Of course, Paula Bass has been playing with them for a while. Oh, Katharina Meisel is the other player. That's and she's also going to know the Vienna team very well, having played with Mantis before. So yeah, very, very, very strong team, and I think they'll handle Heidelbergen quite well. So yeah, that was pretty straightforward for me. WC, we've got Gravity from Dublin. We've got 3SB from the Czech Republic. Leuven, which is officially from Leuven, Belgium, but looking at the roster is basically the Belgian national team, and Mantis from Vienna, Austria. So this one, I think this is a hard one to call because Gravity are very strong, but they're missing basically their top two players in Sarah Melvin and Fiona Myrna. They are still going to be good, but I think with those two players, I would call them favorites in this pool easily. Without those two players, I think it gets way trickier. And I actually have them third in the pool now. I actually think Leuven, close to home, have really, really strong women that know each other very well, are going to win this pool. 3SB coming second and Gravity coming third.
Whoa. Mad. I don't think, I obviously think Gravity aren't as good as those players. It's hard to say that they would be, but I was thinking about that. I could definitely see Leuven beating them. Again, I think the wind or the weather could play a part. I'm guessing Gravity are going to play the zone, which they're very,
You're banking
very good
everything
at.
on this weather. You're banking all your picks are
I remember,
it is important in Frisbee.
I remember Fab won in the UCF because it was windy. You know what I mean? I think they did that once. They would not have won it. I think it does make a big difference, particularly for such teams as Gravity who have a very good zone, and that's going to help their zone. And that's why, if it was good weather, I actually wouldn't pick them for top. But I'm gonna have them holding seed for this one. But I think again it's very close at the top. 3SB, they're gonna have a lot of gunslingers, which is good if it's if the weather's not great. Leuven, essentially, home turf for Belgium. I don't know. So I've which way I've done this? I had Gravity, Leuven, 3SB. But yeah, they were completely all different there. That's good.
Yeah. I think it's a tough battle in the top three there. I think this is a pretty even pool.
Poor old Mantis is going to look in.
Yeah, Mantis have lost a few players. I don't think they're quite as strong as they used to be. And Silke Della Fortri, who I believe is playing with Leuven, and Katharina Meisel, who's playing with Jaka, as we talked about before. So those are the kind of two of their top players, basically. And I think they're the type of team that didn't have enough depth that can really handle losing players like that. So I don't think they're going to be there. Okay, last pool, Pool WD. So we got Jinx from Berlin. We talked about them a lot last podcast, but we'll talk about them again, I'm sure. Troubles from Warsaw, Poland. Free Speed Ladies from Basel, Switzerland. The Dedicated Ultimate Copenhagen from Copenhagen, Denmark. And Disco Bolo, which is the non-CUSB club of Ultimate in Bologna, another Bologna club that has nothing to do with CUSB. So, you go first on this one. What are your thoughts on Pool WD?
Yeah, Jinx are amazing. Jinx look like the German national team at times. Looking through their roster, That's where they have Nikki Preen, Hugo, Katharina Schulze. Like, they have a lot of all-star German women that, I think they're going to absolutely...
Lieberth, Vera Forsch. Yeah. They have Anna Gerner and I've heard Anna Gerner's injured, so I don't think she's playing with them. That could be, yeah.
That'd be a massive thing.
That's a massive loss. But Ida Dumond's really good. Caroline Thyssen. This team is stacked.
Yeah.
Stacked.
Yeah. I think they're going to absolutely blow the group out of it. Who did I have coming? Oh, yeah, they have to go. I have Free Speed coming second, just because they have Levka and who was the other player I'm thinking of?
Laura Kunzelman.
Yeah, Laura Kunzelman. I think the
power couple.
The power couple, yeah. I think they're going to spike ball the hell out of every other team. No, I think they're going to... How much can they do throughout the whole tournament? But they'll probably do enough to make sure they get to the power pools to take that second spot is what I'm thinking.
I do think Troubles have a shot at it. I think Troubles are very strong. A lot of those players from the Polish World Games team a few years ago are on that team. But I also had Free Speed coming out of it. I think Leifka and Laura, they can, I mean, they only have to win that. I mean, I don't know how good this Copenhagen team is. Maybe they're also strong enough, but if they can like stack have Leifka and Laura play a lot of points against Troubles, like they can win that game. I think they can put something together to win that game. And that's why I also had Free Speed coming out of the pool.
I've Duck coming third. But that's any,
I didn't bother with third because it's only the top two that advance here. So
let's go Ducks.
Let's go Ducks. Okay, so crossover 1 is A2 versus B3. So I had Valkyria versus Box, and I have Valkyria coming out of that. X2 is B2 versus C3. So here I have Heidelbarschen versus Gravity, and I have Gravity coming out of that. And X3, I've got 3SB versus Fabulous, and Fabulous coming out of that one. So I have Valkyria, Gravity, and Fabulous advancing to power pools from my crossovers.
Okay, I have first one Fabulous versus Box, Fabulous. Second one I have Heidelbarschen versus 3SB, Heidelbarschen. And then I have Love versus Valkyria.
Ooh, that's a good matchup.
Yeah, see, we want both of them. Like, you have the Gravity crossover, Heidelbarschen, which I think is a tough one. I think I have the Love Valkyria, which is a tough one. I had Valkyria. I'm looking at that now. I'm like, did I pick that? I think I have Valkyria.
All right.
So I think what's the difference in you don't have, looking at our power pools, we should probably have pretty much the same, except I've Gravity and you have...
I have Love. So I've got Shout, Love, Free Speed, Gravity as my pool WM.
Shout, Love, Free Speed, Gravity. Oh, I have Heidelbarschen. You don't have Heidelbarschen, do you?
No, Heidelbarschen's out for me.
Who do you have instead of Heidelbarschen?
So I've got Yaka, Jinx, Valkyria, Fabulous as my second one. So I think it's Love, Heidelbarschen is the difference between us?
Yes. Yeah. Okay,
aside from that, we have the same.
Yeah.
We didn't get there in the same way, but somehow we have similar power pools.
I think we both have Fabulous Valkyria winning their crossovers, just different crossovers.
Just different crossovers, yeah. Yeah. And I have Gravity over Heidelbarschen, and then you have Love. Who do you have taking out Love?
Valkyria.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's the way that works. All right. So for the bracket, only the top two from each power pool make it in. So I have, from my pool WM, I have Shout and Love making it out. So I have Shout, Love, Free Speed, and Gravity. And so I said Shout and Love are going to make it out of that. There would be a rematch between Love and Gravity there. No games get carried into this one. So it's if things go, like if a 3 seed wins their crossover, they're going to have to rematch against their 1 seed. That's how this works. But I have Love taking that out again. In the WN, I have Yaka, Jinx, Valkyria, Fabulous. I have Yaka and Jinx coming out of that. So my semifinals are Shout versus Jinx and Yaka versus Love.
Okay. Yeah, I have... Yeah, you're really putting a lot of love into Love here.
I'm putting a lot of love into Love, yeah.
Yeah. Are they that good?
I don't know.
I have Shout and Heidelbarschen coming out. So I'm really banking Heidelbarschen over Gravity.
Heidelbarschen, I don't even have winning the crossover, and you have them going to semis. All right.
Are they not a good team?
I think they are a good team. They definitely are a good team, but I think that's funny because I think Love is the team that you didn't put in power pools, and I have them making semis, and you have the team that I didn't have making power pools and semis. So
yeah,
quite a big difference in our assessments.
They're
of what's going
unlucky.
on here.
Like probably one of those teams is not and are not going to make power pools, and they probably deserve to. The way things are. That's because of that tough pool, the WC. Anyway, so I have Shout, Heidelbergen coming out of that pool, and I have Yaka and Jinx coming out of the other. So I have Shout. Ooh.
Hey, what do you have, Yaka versus Jinx? What do you have? Who do you have as the 1 seed out of that?
Shout. That's hard. I think Shout, Yaka, and Jinx are the 3 best teams there.
Yeah, I think that's clear.
Who's gonna do what? I originally had Jinx beating Yaka in that power pool. When I just told me Anna Gerner might be injured, which makes me want to change my mind. So I'm going to change my mind and say I'm going to change my spreadsheet now. So I have Shout versus Jinx and Yaka versus Heidelbergen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you have Yaka over Heidelbergen pretty clearly.
Yeah, I had Jinx over Heidelbergen, but now I guess I have Yaka over Heidelbergen. This is a bit samey, isn't it? I think I got Jinx to win there at one stage. It's all been changed now.
With Gerner out, it's gone the other way.
Yeah, Lily, I think that's how good Gerner is. So yeah, Shout Yaka. Sammy, do you want to say your winner first?
Yeah, I got Yaka winning.
I have Yaka winning now as well.
Oh, come on.
It's on my spreadsheet. Before. It's in my spreadsheet.
You weren't even in the final before a second ago.
Well, that's because I thought I was going to lose to Jinx.
Did you have Yaka beating Shout in the semi before? When you had it the other way around?
Yeah. Okay.
So you had Yaka Jinx as the final before that you just switched up to. So our only hope for anything being different we got to do the spoons. That's our tiebreaker for XEUCF.
Oh, I forgot all about spoons.
We'll do that at the end. We'll do it at the end. We'll do all the spoons. We'll do all the spoons at the end.
Class.
Because I think we're gonna need a tiebreaker here because it's unless if Love or Heidelbergen make semis and the other doesn't, that's how one of us can win. Otherwise, it's a tie game. That's how it goes sometimes. Okay, Open. Let's take a quick break here. We've done 47 minutes of podcasting, and we'll come back and do Open, which is like a billion teams, so that's going to take a while. Now, time to talk about the Open division at the XEUCF. Big division, 30 teams. It's like sad they couldn't get to 32. Would have made the division a lot cleaner, but as it is, a couple teams get a bit of an advantage by having a game less than the rest. So the way it works is the pools A and B only have 3 teams. Pools C through H have 4 teams. Again, recommend that, especially this one, that you look at the YouTube video because it's going to be really hard to follow what we're saying in the power pools later without that. But the rest of it's kind of straightforward. You get top 2 in your pool, you advance to power pools regardless of the number of teams in your pool, and you carry the game. So you go with your pool team into power pools. You carry that game into power pools, and then you basically cross over with another 2 teams from another pool. So you got 2 more games in power pools. The winners of each power pool go directly to quarterfinals. The second and third place of each power pool go to a pre-quarter crossover. And similarly to the mixed division, they have it nice set up now so that if the top 2 teams are in the same power pool, they won't meet each other until the final. So that's the way it works. So we'll go through pool by pool as we did before. Again, top 2 of each pool make it out. That's all we really care about here on this podcast. But Pool A, I'll let you go first. It's got Clapham from London. If you don't know who Clapham is and you're listening to this podcast, that'd be pretty weird. The Big EZ from Vienna, Austria, and Is No Good from Noisy-le-Sec, basically Paris, France.
Yeah, Clapham first.
Oh, really?
Come on. I got some spice coming, don't worry. I got some spice coming.
Not in this pool.
In the next pool, I got some spice.
Already? Okay. Well, okay. There's some spice in the next pool to talk about.
Yeah. Clapham is No Good second because they have Steph Rapazzo coaching them.
And 29 people coming on that Is No Good team. What do you do with 29 people? It's like, I don't know. That's an interesting choice.
Cold French men on the sideline.
Oh yeah, if it's bad weather, you're just going to be sitting on the sideline shivering.
That's the worst when it's cold. Is actually if you're not playing.
Yeah. Okay. So I have the same thing. Clapham is no good coming out of that pool. Pretty standard. I think Big Easy a pretty good team, but I do think is no good will be able to overcome them. Pool B, Lafota, Mooncatchers, Terrible Monkeys. I think we can all agree Terrible Monkeys are not coming out of this pool, and that the spicy game, which will be streamed, first stream of the tournament, Thursday morning. I don't know the time exactly. Sorry, you have to look it up.
10:40
Thursday morning.
10:40 Thursday morning, and I'm just going to say it
nobody
first.
should be paying attention to any work in this.
I have Mooncatchers to beat Lafota.
I thought a lot about this. I thought a lot about this. So obviously, I think most people know. Listen to the last podcast. They went to Universe at the Basel Open, and Lafota won that game off a hand block. Mooncatchers had it in hand to win, couldn't pull it out. Mooncatchers are bringing a much bigger roster, including the likes of a Aaron Brooklocker, who I saw on their roster, joining the team again. I didn't see Mo on the list, but Aaron is coming back, who was with the team when Mooncatchers got third at UCF. I think that was 2018. But I still have Lafota winning, basically because I think they would have learned a lot from that game. And what I think is that Mooncatchers to win this game, their O-line has to be like perfect. I think that's going to be hard for them to pull off in the bad weather. And I think that's going to be hard to pull off again. Like their O-line was really, really good against Lafota once. And I don't know that they're going to get like a little bit of that as luck. And I think that might not play their way. I think Lafota are going to be very prepared for this game. They're going to research the hell out of that game. And so in the end, I put the Italians on top of it. Give me your arguments for why Moon are going to beat Lafota.
It's like a 50-50 call to me, and it completely messes up the whole
the bracket.
The bracket's absolutely screwed if you call this one wrong. I think Mooncatchers, I'm hoping at 10:40 it won't be that windy on Thursday morning, which I think is a big thing. So Mooncatchers have some of the best big ball players in division, probably the best big ball players in Ben and Ref Yonkers. A lot of really solid other guys. They stack quite deep. If you watch them play, they're horizontal stacked, but they'll just throw deep really far. Yeah. And you'll think oh, you should just guard the under. There's no way they're going to still throw it deep when he's already this deep. But no, they do. They do, and they're really good at it. But I think if the weather was perfect, I'd 100% pick them, because I think that's what it was in Basel, and that's why they did quite well, because they're going to, if they can get those deep shots aren't going to be too affected by the wind, they're going to work every time. They're so good at them, terrifyingly good at them. The wind might frustrate them a bit. I think first round really helps them. I think they have, I think it was Universe point first game. They have the best players, better players, Mooncatchers. I think Bologna have a way deeper squad and way more balanced squad. I think Bologna's defense, which works really well against Clapham, where they're kind of sagging and they're switching and they're really frustrating in the middle of the field. Mooncatchers just throw over that. It just just doesn't. You're not frustrating them in any way. I think they need to change up their type of defense, particularly for this game, if they are to win it. But yeah, I think they're going to have all those guys going to be super fresh, like Ref and all that. And I think they should try and target this game, Mooncatchers, because
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's a huge game for them. If winning this game matters a lot, and I think they can.
Yeah, because obviously they carry that result into power pools, and that can give them a really good road to the final.
It's the difference between matching. I mean, we'll talk about power pools later, but pretty much assuming these two teams are the top two of their power pool, it's the difference between matching up with Clapham in quarters or matching up with Clapham in the final.
Yeah,
which is a pretty big difference.
Yeah, that's 100%. That's why you completely mess things up. So for both these teams, this is a massive game straight off. Lafota,
and it's super massive for our picks, which is the most important thing here.
It's the most important game for our picks, and I think Lafota, a lot of Podge hasn't really been training with them. Obviously, I think there's a lot of people on that D line that might take a little time to gel in this.
Defensively or offensively?
Yeah, both. I think it's just there's just a lot of players that they haven't played a lot together, the D lines. I think the O line will have played a lot together, but I think the D lines won't have a huge amount. I think Podge is actually really important for them, because he's one of those D line players that can be a good deep defense. Quite good. which they need more of, especially with Chapo.
Can he guard ref?
I think he can. You're probably going to have to try and force him under, but like I think he's good enough in the air to guard him. Like without, I don't know.
That's what they did that at Basel. They just forced ref under, and then ref was just throwing bombs to Bontemps and Mathieu Muller, and it was just like that. Okay, that's the difference between ref and Bo. Like ref will just, Bo, you force him under. Bo's still really good under, right? Like, but ref is like really good with the disc in his hands too. So it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know how you're. I don't know how you're doing with this
train
stuff,
in the wind this week. If it's windy there a few days beforehand, please, Mooncatchers. But yeah, it's a really good game. I hope I can join. I'm not playing first round, so maybe you can join in the commentary. I don't know who's doing the commentary Thursday morning, but
get the Eurozone boys on the commentary.
Yeah. But it's going to be an incredible game. And I'm picking Mooncatchers just because if I do it, it sounds like I'm really smart and call this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if probability is like 51% Lafada, 49% Mooncatchers, but like it seems like such a big call if I get it right. And like, I called that upset, you know?
Yeah. I don't even like, I'm talking myself out of Lafada listening to your arguments, but like, I'm not going to change it. But like the thing I worry about with Lafada also is without Chopo, without the Mine brothers, their D-line key pieces are not going to be there, and how are they going to be able to handle without Geisel? If they had Geisel, they could put Geisel on ref. That would help them out a lot. Like they're missing a lot of stuff that could help them out against what the Mooncatchers are good at, and that's plays to Mooncatchers' advantage. But I do think Moon are a team where I think everything has to be on and firing on all cylinders. And I think if something starts to go wrong with them, they could lose it. And I think that'll probably happen given the conditions, given how well Kuzma are going to prepare for them. So I'm still picking Lafota, but yeah, definitely the most interesting pool play game out of the whole division. It's kind of boring after that, but we'll see. We'll see what other kind of spice comes up. So we'll go to Pool C now. Fui from Prague, Czech Republic. Fab from Flying Angels Bern from Bern, Switzerland. XVI from, is this really XVI or is this just like a Irish second team?
Like Irish development team. This is mostly XVI players. I think we've won. I think Ben Martin is coming from Pelt, who's a really good young player. They'll be all right. I can't see them doing too much really, but it's fair play to them for getting a team together, and it's great for Irish Ultimate that they're going.
And it's good that 30 teams is better than 29 teams, so I'm glad there's another team in there. Anyways.
Yeah.
Bora Bears, which is a combination of Bora and the Frizzly Bears, also like a kind of development German team. I don't think they're going to also do that well. So for me, this pool is Fui Fab, and I could see it going either way with Fui Fab, but I think I take the thing on a still day. I definitely take Fui. In the conditions, Fab I think might be a bit more steady in the wind, but I'm still taking the Czechs. I'm still taking the Czechs over Fab in this one.
Yeah, I Fui as well. From experience playing the Open Division, I think I've always felt like Fui were much better.
Yeah,
I don't know why they've underperformed or always seem to do well against the Irish, the Czechs boys. I don't even know why, but I just think they're better. So I'd have them in all conditions, but if they're playing Irish teams, they'd definitely win all of the games.
Okay, Pool D is Bad Skid. Team from Heilbronn, Germany. Costa Rica from Rimini, Italy. Smashed. I think they're mainly based out of Cambridge, but they're from a bit around the UK. A lot of U24 players there. And the Prague Devils from the Czech Republic. So what do you got going on in this pool?
Yeah, I think Bad Skid there's been a lot of questions asked them this year, but I think they're going to walk this pool fairly handy.
It's a pretty easy pool.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy pool. I think Costa Rica are good. I think Costa Rica are a good team. I have them coming second. Smash D. They got some decent English lads, but I watch them play. They just turn over too much. They don't play like a very experienced team, but I'd see them getting some blocks, getting some good grabs and throws, having some nice highlights. But Costa Rica are just going to be too safe with the disc, and they're going to win that game. So I have Bad Skid top, Costa Rica second. I think I have Smash D third.
All right, so I got some differences here.
Whoa,
I've got Prague Devils second.
Wah.
I think Costa Rica are going to be missing Rossi. They're going to be missing Barzazzi, who moved over to Lafota. I think they had some fiery top talent that played with them that helped them out. I think did they make quarters or ninth place or something? They did really well at the UCF last time they were there. but I think they're missing some of the top pieces in that team that aren't going to be there this time. Prague Devils is a solid team from Prague. I think they challenge Fui usually. I don't think they're like a top team, but I think they managed to get a lucky weak pool here. I also don't think Smashed are going to, I don't know, Smash or Smash D, whatever they are going to be able to handle that. And so I think Bad Skid have the, really easy work cut out for them here. I'd be really surprised if any of these games were very close. And I kind of had to throw a dart at the wall at the bottom three. And I thought Prague Devils was the spiciest pick there. So went with them. Prague coming out of here.
Okay. Is that
our pools?
I'm guessing that's going to be the only pick we have to break seed, I'd say, of the or like of the top two. Yeah.
No, we got Is No Good coming out in the pool A.
Yeah. Forget that. Why is the Big Easy higher than that?
Let's not give things away here. We'll go to Pool E now. Ranelagh from Dublin, MUC from Munich, Forward from Vienna, Austria, and Odin from Stockholm Syndrome. From Stockholm. I don't know why I said Stockholm Syndrome. From Stockholm. Odin have a few top French players. Actually, this guy, Pilou Combray, who played with me at Beach Nationals, is playing with them. He on France mixed, along with Pierre Lemerle and Manuel de San Mateo, who are some good French players. Good players from Stockholm, too. Thomas Eriksson will be there, dropping stuff, picking it back up. You know how he does. And but I think that team's going to be good. I think they might even beat Forward, but I have MUC 1, Ranelagh 2 out of this one.
I have Ranelagh 1. I think it's between MUC and 4. MUC don't look as strong as they maybe had in the years.
They let you down in the picks last time.
Yeah, well, I think they let me down. They let themselves down at last UCF as well.
Yeah, they always let themselves down to UCF. Yeah. That's classic MUC stuff.
I keep picking them that they're going to actually do as good as they should, but I've stopped doing that now. Actually, no, I have. I've become second, so that's all right. But, I think Ranelagh are going to be really good.
Oh, yeah?
I think they're going to be very, very good. Yeah.
And Dublin's a type of place where they probably know how to handle bad weather conditions pretty well.
I think it shouldn't disrupt their whole line. No, I think very good tactics. And they're asking me, like, do I know any video footage of Odin? I think they're doing a lot of scouting. I think their tactics they have this year and the balance in the O-line and D-line and stuff is just better than what they've ever had before. I think this is probably, and like, I don't know, entertain a lot of players. My fear, which was before, which was they might play everyone equally. But given what I've seen, they usually just play the O-line as the O-line. And then if they do that, yeah, I think they're going to do really, really well in this tournament. I still hate them, but I acknowledge that they're very good.
It's not about love here. Okay. Pool F, we got Free Speed from Basel, Gentle from Ghent, Belgium, New Age from Israel, and the Outseaters from Slovakia. I think it's is it my turn to go first? Your turn to go first.
I think it's my turn to go first.
All right.
Yeah, I really hope New Age do well. Like, what they flying over and have to do all the quarantine and stuff like that, and like they've always had tough breaks in a lot of European tournaments, so
they're not coming out of this pool.
Yeah, I don't think so. I've Gentle finishing top again. I think they're at home. Beat the Andy Mullinaire, PJ Mulinara. I need to practice that again.
De Mulinara, yeah, he's he of course knows Free Speed pretty well too.
Yeah,
playing against Free Speed.
I have
Jonas de Vela from Bruges though. Hometown hero is playing on Free Speed. So
yeah, I was trying to think who is Free Speed. Always have one or two pickups as well.
Yeah, they got Philip Haas.
Yeah,
also.
That was the one. He looked when he played for Germany last time. He had a bit of a dad bod vibe going on. Just being a dad. just looked like he became a dad
over a pandemic.
Yeah, so interesting to see. I'm still going to think he's going to throw out. I can see him being like the D-line handler to carry the team or something. Yeah. But I think Gentle just look really good this year, really balanced. So I have Gentle over Free Speed. But I think this could be a good game, a tight game.
Yeah. I think it's not going to be that tight. I think Gentle going to win it by a healthy margin. I think Gentle coming out strong. I mean, after their Basel performance, they looked really good, and they didn't have PJ then. And like, I think they're going to be very, very good team. So I have Gentle over Free Speed. And yeah, sorry to New Age. I agree, New Age are a decent team, but they, I don't know, can still go fight for 9th or something, or whatever the highest placement they can do coming third of this pool. But I think that's what's going to happen to them. Go to Pool G. Got Red Bulls from Bologna, KFK from Copenhagen, Krakens from Barcelona, and Jet Set from Leuven, Belgium. I have KFK over Red Bulls here. I think Krakens have some nice athletes, but it's the first time playing this level. It's not going to go so well for them. Jet Set, yeah, decent team. Not going to do as well. I think KFK are bringing in their Ragnarok guys. You've got Chris Verica and the others that are like the Ragnarok guys who still want to play. I think it's going to be a good team. If they can manage to like keep all their, petty whatever the hell has gone on between the teams before in the past, and they can just all come together and just play good ultimate together, I think they're a good team. Red Bulls, also a very strong team. Got Toby Mine, got Davide Mori, got a lot of strong, younger Italian talent, but I think KFK will have the edge based on especially how Red Bulls did in Basel Open.
I'm picking Red Bulls over KFK.
Yeah.
I just like the style, the pizzazz, lots of good small ball. If they can hopefully keep David Amore off the field as much as possible, I think they stand a good chance of beating KFK. Yeah, KFK, I still think they're bringing that losing mantra from KFK into...
Hey, they won the Danish championship, man. They're winners now.
Not in the EUCF, they're not. So I have Red Bulls over KFK.
Okay. Now, last pool, which I think is also a really good 1-2 battle. We got Chalk from Pornichet, France, Wall City from Berlin, Germany, The Bridge from Wrocław, Poland, and Panthers from Bern. What you got here?
I'm trying to figure out what I got here. I have Wall City coming in top. I thought they had Robert Schumacher, but he's not on their roster, is he? No,
he's not on the roster. He was there with them at this German restart tournament, but he's not on the roster.
Okay, because I remember I just saw footage of him or something playing with them, which I think is it.
He's playing with them, but I guess he's not coming to Bruges.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I just asked Brian Jones if Conrad Schloor, because I think Conrad Schloor is on Pony's roster, and he was playing regionals with them last weekend. And Brian Jones says he should be in Germany by now. So I think he is. He's listed as a captain on the roster for Wall City, and I think he's put a lot of work into this team. So I imagine he's still coming over. If it's without Conrad Schloor, I think Chalk can win. If it's with Conrad Schloor, I think Wall City win. He makes a huge difference on this type of team.
Yeah, so I have Wall City coming top of the group and Shaq coming second. I know The Bridge. I don't know, maybe they'll be all right. I don't really know them that well.
I think they got the Dobrowski brothers. So it'll be a decent team, but yeah, I don't think they're going to be Chalk or Wall City here. So yeah, I got the same Wall City over Chalk. Okay, time to go to the bracket. So again, I really, really hope you're watching this on YouTube. It's going to be hard to follow along at home, but top of the bracket, we're already going to have a massive amount of difference here, but we have should we go through power pool by power pool? I think we should actually. But let's do it relatively quick.
Yeah. Okay.
So the M pool, well, it's gonna be hard because we're gonna have different ones, but I don't think they're that different. We're gonna M pool. I have Clapham, Isno, KFK, and Red Bulls. I think you have those same three teams. So I have Clapham coming first, KFK second, and Red Bulls third, and Isno being the ones out of the bracket.
I have Clapham first, Red Bull second, KFK third.
So also Isno out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rapazzo. Pool ON, Lafota, Mooncatchers, Wall City, Chalk. I have basically that order. Lafota, Mooncatchers, Wall City, Chalk.
I have it the other way. I have Mooncatchers, Lafota, Wall City.
So also Chalk getting out, getting kicked out. Yeah.
Bye-bye, France.
Yeah, it goes both French teams out. Just like that. OP, it's Fui, Fab, MUC, Ranelagh. I think we had those. Those are also all the same. I have Fui top in the group, Fab second, and MUC third.
Whoa.
This is where there's some differences.
There's some difference. I have Ranelagh first.
Ranelagh first, and I have them out. So that's a big.
I have
changes things.
Fui second and MUC third.
Okay, so you're all over way different than me. I had Fab. You have MUC over Fab. Okay, all right. Last pool Q. So I have Bad Skid, Prague Devils, Gentle and Free Speed. You have Bad Skid, Costa Rica, Gentle and Free Speed. I'm guessing that our OD2 is the one knocked out in both cases anyways. That's not going to matter too much. I have Bad Skid top in the group, which I'm a little questionable about, to be honest with you. but I have Bad Skid top in the group, Gentle second, Free Speed third.
Me too. Samesies.
Okay. So then our brackets aren't that different so far.
There's one big difference.
There's one big difference. There's one big difference. Okay, so I have Clapham in the top against the winner of Moon MUC. I have Moon taking that quite easily. And I'm guessing you have Lafota going against Clapham in the quarter.
Yeah, I have Lafota MUC, so I have Clapham Lafota.
Let's not take no result yet. Let's stay at quarters. We'll get to semis.
I didn't say anything.
Last time you went a little forward. So that's what I want. I want to wait on that. Next, I have Bad Skid against the winner of Fab Wall City, and I have Wall City coming out. So we're gonna get a German battle in quarters of Bad Skid versus Wall City.
I have Fui versus Wall City, and I have Fui, and I have Bad Skid versus Fui.
Okay. Next, I've got Lafota, which you have Mooncatchers, obviously. And then I have that against the winner of KFK Free Speed. And I have KFK making quarters, beating Free Speed, and coming up against Lafota.
Weird. I don't have that at all. I have Red Bull versus Free Speed, and I have Free Speed going through. So then I have Mooncatchers versus Free Speed.
Okay. Last piece of the bracket, I've got Fui facing the winner of Gentle Red Bulls, and I have Gentle going through.
I have Gentle versus KFK, and I have Gentle going through to face Ranelagh.
All right. There's a few differences here. Okay, so for me, I've got Clapham Mooncatchers as my first thing. I believe Mooncatchers are strong. I don't think they're beating Clapham. So I have Clapham beating Mooncatchers, moving on to semis. So what do you got? Rematch of the EUCF 2019 final.
Yeah.
Clapham, basically the same team. Lafota a little bit different, but with bigger youth talent. I'm curious what you think is happening here.
Yeah, it's so much easier to pick Mooncatchers to come second, so then you don't have to make this decision, because I would also pick Clapham against beating Mooncatchers. It seems so weird for me to, let's say, not pick Clapham to make semis. But this is the way I've panned out. So I have the first quarterfinal, Clapham versus Lafota. And I just...
Hold on. How crafty are Clapham? Because if they see that Moon beat Lafota, would they drop a game to avoid Lafota in the quarter?
No, they won't. They're not that smart.
They're not that smart?
No. They're like, we beat everyone. They're definitely going to have that attitude. Whoever we play is the thing, and we have to blah, 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 blah. That's them.
Should they do that?
They're not a crafty team on the field or off the field. They should do that. I would probably suggest doing that. I don't know who you drop then against. Like, you want to become second in that group?
Yeah, it's a dangerous game because you don't want to screw that up and come third.
Yeah,
but
third still gets through. So like you're only a pre-quarter either way.
No, only second gets through. Only two. Go to power pools. Yeah, only two go to power pools.
No, I'm saying the power pool.
They got to drop a game in power pool, so they have time to kind of figure it out.
Yeah, that'd be brave though. That'd be really brave. They're not going to do that. No way in the hell they do that. I think Clapham versus Lafota. I still think Lafota have their number. I think if Clapham still play their not stupid offense, an offense that doesn't work against
Lafota's defense.
Yeah, like if they try and just have Justin Ford like isolated running across first cut, and like Lafota are so prepared for that, and just like sag and stop that first cut, and then try and make Briggs throw it back at. Like if they have to. I've always said this: an ultimate offense has to adjust the defense. You can't just go out there like so many teams go out there like we're playing first stack or isolating these two people. It's like that's great, but then the other team plays his own, and that all goes out the fucking window, And I think Clapham were a team that have like very structured offense. I think that's a bad thing. I always think that's a bad thing because it's very much. I think it's a offense in the game of Ultimate is very defense dictated. You have to play.
I remember watching the EUCF final 2018, and Ron Kubalanza, who's like a crazy legend in the sport. He was living in Geneva at the time. He was coaching. He was playing with us with the Wizards at that tournament. And I was watching the final with him, and he was like, "Clapham doesn't have like a system at all. Like, what is their offensive system?" And then I talked to Clapham later, and I mentioned that comment to them. I'm like, yeah, we have a system. LaFoda just shut it down completely, and so we have to do like something else. And that year they were able to do it. Obviously, the next year we know what happened in 2019. So
yeah, like even if you try and shut it down, it's also hard to shut it down. But
yeah,
I think they will if they keep doing like they've been doing the same kind of offensive stuff for a long time now. And
yeah,
I feel like in trainings they probably don't. They need to like. Teams in training need to like do what they need to be doing what LaFoda's been doing to them for the last like 2 years. Teach their D-line how to do that so they can practice it and start figuring out ways to beat it and how to get used to beating it, which means probably not Briggs is probably not going to be able to throw any flick hooks maybe in that game, or Justin isn't going to be the first cut. He's not going to get that a lot of the time. You have to do something different, you know what I mean? Which I think they can do. I think actually probably Clapham player for player are a better team. Mm-hmm. I think LaFoda are better tactics, better coaching, and it suits them a little bit. So I have LaFoda beating Clapham in the quarters.
You have Clapham going out in quarters.
I think they're the second best.
Not meddling.
I think they're the second best team there. It's just like sometimes like doing this bracket thing is a bad thing because like you should just pick Clapham LaFoda in the final, but then it's like and like what Mooncatchers.
You're the one who said let's do the full bracket. This was your idea, so
I know I wanted to pick who went into the groups, but I was like, fuck. It's, like if that first game is going to decide who wins this thing for us, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm putting a lot on Mooncatchers. Don't fuck this up for me.
Well, I'm curious down the line how far you have Moon going. We'll get there in a second. But okay, let's go. I have Clapham over Moon, so we'll go to the next one. I have Bad Skid Wall City, and I have Wall City winning this game. Now I know Bad Skid beat them in the last game there, but I know Holger got injured, and I know Bad Skid know how to play when it counts. But I think Wall City with that 15-8 win, they have confidence on their side. They know what to do, and if they can put together the performance they put at that restart tournament, I think they're going to win that game. I think they looked better than Bad Skid in the final even. Just like a couple mistakes at the end, some nerves like being in a final against Bad Skid, and I think they hopefully learned from that, and I have Wall City making it to semis.
You're making me regret not putting Wall City in the quarters. So I have Bad Skid Fooey, and I have Bad Skid winning. I think they'd beat Wall City as well if they got there, to be honest. Did Steph Dosher play with them in that final?
No. I forgot about that wild card completely.
And they had Rob Schumacher, who isn't playing with them. It's the two big...
Plus a Steph Dosher minus a Rob Schumacher. That's that is quite a big... But 15-8 is a lot of points.
It doesn't matter. That game didn't matter. It clearly didn't matter because they still won. That's why Bad Skid are smart like that. They
are crafty. They are crafty.
They would throw a game if it didn't matter or if it would to aid them.
For them, throwing a game is just not playing three of their players. That's what
Throwing a game is letting their other players play. Hey, we're going to use the whole roster here. Essentially throwing the game.
Okay. So you've got Bad Skid in the semi against LaFoda.
Yeah.
I've got Wall City Clapham, so completely different, two different teams there. So I have LaFoda versus KFK. I have LaFoda taking that game pretty easily. What's your next?
These are such different brackets. Someone's gonna look. One of us gonna look really smart, and one's gonna look really stupid. And
we're both gonna look pretty stupid. I'm pretty sure. Some things are gonna be all out of place here.
I think one of us is gonna nail it, and the other one's not. I think it's gonna be there. I don't know which one of this that is. I have Red Bull versus Free Speed in that pre-quarter. So Mooncatchers. Where am I? Yeah, Mooncatchers versus Free Speed. I have Mooncatchers beating Free Speed. So I have Mooncatchers making semis. Because I think they're the fourth best team there.
I would have Mooncatchers making semis too, but I have them against Clapham in quarters, so they're going to get stopped there. Okay, so I have Fooey Gentle as my last quarter, and so I have Gentle going through and making quarters. So I have Moon getting knocked out and Gentle going through into the quarterfinals, into the semifinals. Sorry.
Wait, who'd you have in that quarterfinal?
Fooey Gentle.
Okay. Yeah, so I have Ranelagh Gentle, and I have Ranelagh.
You're picking Ranelagh for semis, dude.
I'm picking Ranelagh for semis.
As a Pelt boy. You're picking Ranelagh for EUCF semis.
I am. I'm picking him for semis.
Oh, my God.
See, at least if they make it.
You are not Lorcan.
At least if they make it, which would obviously annoy me, but I'm like, okay, well, at least got the pick right. And then if they don't make it, I'd be like, thank God they didn't.
You get to win both ways.
Yeah, this is kind of going to soften the blow if they do actually make it. I think they're good. I think they're good. There's actually ways to beat them.
You just got beat by them. You just got beat by them in your mediocre frisbee game that you give me shit about. So you're all biased by that. That's all.
Okay. Irish Nationals and fucking beach Division 3 French things. There's a different league here, Ravi. Okay.
Hey, beach frisbee. France have a medal in beach frisbee. So just saying.
In Division 3, is it? Whatever.
There wasn't that many Division 3 players on that team.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, my semi-finalists are Lafada, Bad Skid, Mooncatchers, Ranelagh, no Clapham Insight.
I got Clapham, Wall City, Lafota, Gentle. I have Clapham over Wall City, Lafota over Gentle, and then I have Clapham.
So do we have one semi-finalist? But like, is Lafada the only semi-finalist we have the same?
Yep.
Wow, class, isn't it? That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
like if we did the normal way.
I think if we're picking the normal way, there'd be a lot more overlap.
Yeah,
I think we agree who the top teams are here, but it's like the way it's drawn out really changes how things work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have Clapham, Lafota in the final, and unlike you, I have Clapham winning this one. I think they're hungry. I think Lafota have lost enough pieces here to make me worried about their defense. Yeah, they shut them down before, but Clapham, they have that 20th, 10th. Thing going on this year, and I think Clapham will come back from that loss and take it this time. So
yeah,
I do think Lafota's reign is coming. I think they're going to have like a reign like Clapham had before, but I think Clapham still have like 1 or 2 more years where they can still take it, and then Lafota's going to have like 10 years in a row of just winning everything. But yeah,
interesting. So I have Lafada, Bad Skid, semis, Lafada winning. I have Mooncatchers, Ranelagh, Mooncatchers winning. So I have a replay of the very first game, Lafada versus Mooncatchers, and I have Lafada winning.
Yeah? What's the difference between the first game and the last game?
Legs.
What makes legs? Yeah.
Ref probably gonna be injured. Fucking Aaron's been ejected from the tournament. Yeah, like it's funny. Like if I was to rank who I think the best teams are at the tournament, I'd have Clapham number 1, Lafada number 2, Mooncatchers number 3, probably Ranelagh number 4. But I think Lafada beats Clapham, and I think in that first game Mooncatchers beats Lafada. So it's all like
Gentle beat Moon in Belgian Nationals this year, man.
Yeah.
That's a game that they both really care about. That's not like they both care. Every year they put everything into that game. And yeah, Moon are probably adding Brooklocker, and they'll be a little bit stronger with their pickups compared to what Gentle are doing, but I think Gentle's up there too.
Yeah, I like their zone when they have the like 3-person not tight in the fourth. Do you ever see that kind of zone to do? It's kind of like a little wall. But they do a thing which I love what team do is they actually stand off loads in the fourth where you're literally on the edge of being 3 meters away. Just means you can't break the person in front of you, you can't. Yeah,
I hate. I love me as like my main games are as a handler is give and go and inside breaks. Anytime someone marks really close to me, I'm like I can just crush with my those are 2 things that I'm best at, and you being really up close to me means that I can use those as much as I want. Like straddle me, I'll just break you on the inside, and then I'll give and go, and then you'll be way behind me. If you stand off me, you actually put some pressure on my break throws and can actually keep up with me on the give go. It's I totally agree with you, and I've had coaches yell at me and say you need to be closer on the mark. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
doesn't do anything.
Dude, you're taking away different things, aren't you? When you stand off, you can throw around people, but you have to arc the disc more and take a different flight path.
Yeah.
That in a zone, it's going to give opportunity for the people behind to make a play in it a lot more. Because, you can't just ping it to someone in the middle in a hole. So, I like their defense strategy. Yeah, I know Gentle, I just think they lack a lot of super, athletic big ballers.
Yeah,
I guess PJ's
trash.
yeah. I think he's the only one. Yeah. I don't know. I have them making quarters. I have them making quarters. I think that gentle Ranelagh, that's what I have. I think that'd be a good game, but
but Ranelagh's so good.
I look so stupid now if they do rollers. Well, they're going to look more stupid. So
I don't even have them coming out of power pools, right? I have them. You have them in semis.
That's tough. I think that's the Fui Fab Ranelagh MUC. That's a tough power pool.
Yeah,
I think every other power pool has like one not so great team that we all think are going to finish last. That was the one we have all over the place. So I could definitely see them, coming third or not making out of that power pool. But I have them making semis. Yeah. Who do you think is the best 4 teams?
The best 4?
In rank. Rank your best 4 teams as opposed to that.
Yeah. So I do think Clapham Lafota are 1-2, and it could be 1-2 the other way. Like I'll say that they're I have Clapham beating Lafota, so obviously I have them as number 1 in the final. And then I think it's probably like maybe I'm counting too much into these results from Basel Open, which is, the only international results we have this year. So, but I think Moon Gentle might be the next 2.
Ooh.
I think Moon Gentle, if Bad Skid have Holger, they're obviously up there. They do have Dosher. I get that. They're going to be good, but I think Moon and Gentle might be up there, and Bad Skid would be knocking on the door. That's what I would say as the 4/5th type of team. That's what I think.
You think
I don't think Ranelagh are a top 4 team. I'm not going to believe that until, I've never seen them play as a top 4 team unless there's something crazy has happened over this pandemic. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll find out. I hope you
so
prove me wrong.
So excited.
I really do. When they lost, was it Alba in the pre-quarters last time in the Universe?
Yeah.
I loved that moment. I think it's 200. It was fucking class. I really hope Fui.
Streamed?
Oh, Fui could be the ones to really beat him in that. Was it streamed? No, I think I did live in Eurozone, the Universe point.
Okay, yeah.
I think I did. Yeah.
Oh yeah, follow us on Instagram. We'll try and put a lot of Facebook Live, Instagram stuff going on. We're gonna have lots of coverage from LT World and Eurozone going on. Try and see if we can do some evening pods. I don't know if we'll manage to or not, but we'll definitely have tons of coverage. Try and get you as much as possible. We're gonna try to have a nice live page on LT World where we'll have everything in one place, where you'll know what game is streamed, or you'll know what how to follow the tournament. So we'll do our best to have a good experience. If you have any comments of something you'd like us to do, something you'd like us to do in terms of coverage, let us know. Comments here, comments elsewhere. You know how to get in touch with us. That'll do it, I think, for the main episode. Done an hour and a half so far, so I think it makes for a good one. Stick around if you're a subscriber. Liam's very, very excited about doing Fashionals, about ranking the jerseys of the tournament. So on our subscribers only pod, we're going to talk a little bit about what both of us like in terms of jerseys and maybe give some predictions. Oh, wait. Record scratch. We have to go do our spoons picks.
Oh,
tiebreakers for each division. The spoon picks. Totally forgot. Okay.
Thank you for remembering.
All right. So
David's
I'll go first
mixed.
in mixed.
No, I'm going first in mixed. I'll go first in mixed. I pick UFO. I pick for UFO.
Oh, okay. I'll pick Glory Owls. I think Glory Owls will be.
Are they worse than UFO? You probably know. They're both. They're going to be a Dutch team by the sounds of it. I know Glory Owls.
Glory Owls are from Brussels.
Okay.
So yeah, UFO. UFO got 3rd in 2013 at UCF.
Different.
None of those players are on this team anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Does that count as you going first or is me going first? Damn it.
You went first. You picked UFO. I picked Glory Owls. How would that not count as you going first?
Damn it.
I'll take women's first then. I'll give you men's. But women's, let me look here. And for those who don't know, Wooden Spoon is we're picking who we think is going to come last. We have to pick different teams, and whichever team finishes lowest, if we're tied, that's the tiebreaker for the pick. So that's how we can make sure one of us wins each division. I'm going to take the Terrible Monkeys as my bottom pick.
Okay. Interesting. I think I have box to make crossovers, but I feel like picking box. I'm gonna go. Can I go Disco Bolo? Is that bad? I'm gonna go Disco Bolo. I think
They are the bottom seed.
Yeah, I think because I want to pick someone out of that group because I don't think they're gonna get out of that group. So I feel like that's a good start in coming last.
That's a good start for the spoon race.
yeah. People have a really good start for the spoon race. So Disco Bolo.
Okay. Now. Ooh. Open. You have your pick already? Do you know who you're going with? I know who I would go with.
Do you know XVI? Is that who you're going with? You go first. I don't know who I'm going with.
I'm taking Outseeders from Slovakia.
Oh yeah, fuck. Forgot they're from Slovakia. They always suck at
That's a
stuff.
solid pick. That's a solid spoon pick, I think.
This is gonna be hard. Where are Krakens from again? Spain.
Barcelona, yeah.
Barcelona. I don't know. This is hard. Outside, that was a good pick. Panthers are kind of okay, aren't they?
They beat Crazy Dogs in Swiss Nationals, so that's how they qualified for this. So Crazy Dogs aren't bad.
Yeah.
They go to the EUCF regularly.
Fucking
Like the smaller EUCF, not this bigger EUCF.
I'm gonna pick XVI.
No, throwing your fellow countrymen under the bus. Giving Dublin, Ranelagh, the semis pick. Then XBI, which of course, they are Dublin also, right? The XBI.
Yeah.
But it's like made up of the rest of, a little bit more people from the outside of Dublin are on that team. I'm guessing.
They're the ones going to help them.
The
they got one pelt man who could carry them out of
pelt man to the spoon.
He doesn't deserve the spoon, but the rest of them
do. Okay, so stick around for our subscribers only segment where we're going to discuss our picks on who we think is going to be the best dressed at this tournament. For Eurozone, I've been Ravi Vasudevan.
And I've been Liam Grant, and we will